game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished. Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck, holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Q-Bone stallion with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we fuck a pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more than the
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I ain't mending them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not India. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. sinister. Never lied in my rhymes. You can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
Something done woke up in me. I've been going crazy. I've been doing my thing. They not ready for me. Y'all been playing with me. No time for the silly games. Damn, it really must be so intimidating. But I gotta be great. That's the God up in me. Whoa, yeah. Still cooking out the basement, and this game needs some saving, and I'm ready for the action, cause I'm tired of the acting. What happened to being great? What happened to being fashionably late? What happened to rocking shows? What happened to spitting flows? Been wearing the cons and the pros. Feel like I'm the only pro. If we gon' go, then go. We can take it toe to toe. I've been doing everything you've been doing, but I'm really doing more. I'm about to explode. You gon' need someone to hold me. They cannot hold me, yeah. Slowly, ain't no more taking it slowly, yeah. Holy, you're dealing with something that's holy, yeah. Hold me, I need somebody to hold me. Nothing's for certain, but this I know. Life is but moments that come and go. Tomorrow may never come, but the memories live on. Be strong.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Yeah, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. The Packers at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And space tough to come by there, as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Fields now to throw. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air and made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground, you just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play, nerves come into play, and despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Isaac Rochelle in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Good footwork at the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance, rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Watson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, and saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now in the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
How about that there? No frizz, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Check 26, check 26. Check 4, check 4. Wide, get wide.
From the 38, Fields. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. On 4th down, Fields. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's got a man complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. In motion left, that's Cooper. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. This is Ford. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before the break. Fields flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Chubb, and this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Second down and goal. Watson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So crisis averted, but now facing third and goal.
Now Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they take the lead here at 7-6. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And here's Jones again on second down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Isaac Rochelle able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
On second and very short, Fields escaping the pressure right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why don't I just handle this one? Get all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up second and 10. Again, it's Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long.
Check 50, check 50. Check 50, check 50. 45 the mark. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Here's Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. The 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Here we go, T. Get off the field.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. A nice little juke. And he's got some space here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 117 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Running right, Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap, Fields. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And some room to roam that. Down the numbers. There he goes. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 74 yards. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And some room to work. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Fields.
The left side completion to Jones. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
An inside give to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Off of play action, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll... Head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Play action. It's Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking a question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for 28 yards. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to try and go deep again. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And that led them to victory.